Hey YouTube, Mobile Gamers Unite. I hope everybody out there had an awesome Easter. So I had a good one. Got reunited with some long lost friends. So best kind of holiday. I figured let's make a video. I got some good energy. So I've been playing with Lestelle a lot, and she really got me thinking about the way that Dark Reincarnation works, the direction that that faction's headed in, because of the types of units that are coming out. So I started thinking about what kind of healer would I want for my Dark Reincarnation team, because I have Tiaris and I have Liana, and they're obviously the best healers in the game. But I started to realize more and more that when you're running a Dark Reincarnation team, so many of those characters are already like so tanky, and they have so much of their own healing, and they have so much. You're talking like some really highly defensive troops with good hit points. Even Basil and Lana can take Lava Titans with them, so that gives them a nice cushion of hit points. And then of course you have like Lestelle, Bernhard, so they don't really need a healer that's going to be healing that much because they're so self-sufficient. So really the best thing you can do is take a unit like Imelda here, and that's really what she's built for. I don't think it's that relevant right now in the meta. I think you can pretty much just run any healer and you're going to do fine, you know, just banking off of Basil's buff. But Imelda is really made for it. She can actually use that fusion power, and this girl can do more damage than the other healers. And yes, I have Tiaris as a Pegasus rider, and she can do damage that way, but it's not going to match up to what Imelda can do, because she can customize how much healing and how much offensiveness to take into a specific battle. Sometimes you want a healer for the simple fact that you want a debuff. I mean, they're just like 8 turns into it. Your whole team might catch a 30% attack debuff, and that could really screw you over for a couple turns. So just having a healer that can throw an AoE heal, because remember, each heal gets rid of 1 debuff. So if you can throw up an AoE heal, that's 1 debuff off your whole team. And you might just want somebody there just for that. Then you're kind of wasting room if that character is doing nothing but dispelling that 1 debuff and doing some heals for characters that don't really need to be healed. It's a waste. So you can put someone like Imelda in there, and she can do a shit ton of damage. She can bank off of Basil's power, his fusion power. She can definitely do some debuffing, but really she's going to be doing damage. And that's really what's cool about her. Unfortunately, it doesn't come at a cheap price. And this is why you don't really see her around right now, because in order to really take advantage of her, you do have to runestone her out. Okay? Let's take a look at that real quick. I don't know why I was clicking around like that. There she is. Yeah, she definitely needs some rune stones, but when she gets those, she can shine. Okay, I mean, she can heal you just kind of by standing next to you, which works pretty well, because she's going to be standing next to you and casting offensive magic. She can also take wizards with her, which are a pretty good unit. They do a lot of damage. Her Oracle class gives her this kind of like this regenerate heal, and Dispel. This one is awesome. Restore hit points of multiple units within range, 150% of the caster's intelligence, and it dispels 3 debuffs. Okay, so this is good for like a dragon fight, when like that red dragon throws that AoE and everybody catches like 2 debuffs. She can use this, and if you have to, you can rewind or something, and I mean you can get a lot of debuffs gone with this right here. I mean, it's called Dispel. So that's cool. And then she also has this passive Regrowth. After taking actions, restore units' hit points within 2 blocks by 2 times the healer's intelligence. This is awesome when you're fighting a giant boss and you can just kind of camp your healer next to your guys and they will all catch heals off of her. It also works really well when you have somebody tanking for her, because that tank that's tanking for her is just going to constantly get healed every turn just by standing there. So that does cost her 2 points though of her skill points. So the last thing she has is swordsman, and actually this detect increases crit increases by 10% when dealing damage, 50% chance to disable enemies' passive skills, which is nice, last 2 turns. This is a 100% chance to trigger when landing a critical hit. That just makes her nastier altogether. When she's throwing these AoE attacks, she has Thunderstorm, which this is good stuff right here, and it's got a debuff on it, which goes a long way with Basil's fusion power. And in Archmage, she gets Blizzard. Blizzard's really useful because it hurts your movement, and that's a debuff. Okay, and taking movement away can actually help you out a lot, especially when dealing with tanks. If you tank a tank's movement down to 1 block, his tanking ability no longer works because he can't move the 2 blocks to tank 2 blocks away. So this has become very useful. I mean, I use Blizzard a lot. It's useful in the dragon fight for dealing with the dragon's little minions to keep them from getting to you right off rip, so you can have an extra turn to prepare for them, throw some AoEs at them. So she's got all that, and it's just awesome. And the reason I wanted to do a video about her is because I've been looking at my channel and people have been telling me things. Vlad's listening to the masses. People want to see more content about SR heroes and maybe even R heroes, and I completely understand that, because being a free-to-play player, really you're going to be banking off of SR units. Those are the characters that I can pretty much guarantee that just about everybody has most of them. You're going to have SR characters this far along into the server if you've been playing since the game dropped, or even if you haven't. Or, I mean, even if you only spend $20 on this game, you're going to have some SR units. So SRs make the world go around right now in our meta. That's what most people have. Okay, and the average player, they might have 1 or 2 SSR characters, of course, and they're going to try to run those and probably make teams around them. But if you are running a Basil, she is really good for you, and later on she will become much more useful. So right now, just because you don't see Imelda running around all over the place, don't count this girl out yet, because later on down the road she's going to be popping up in places. Okay, I mean, especially with units like Lestel, and the higher tier Dark Reincarnation units. So definitely don't pass up on this unit. Work on her, get her level up. If you're gonna run Dark Reincarnation, it's just a great idea. Let's see, I think that is the only... Oh yeah, and of course she belongs to Strategic Masters too. So she works well with Alta Mueller, who is a Strategic Master himself and has a faction buff for that. So that's your girl Imelda. I'm going to be doing more videos on SR characters like I just said, but I really wanted to touch up on this one because you don't see reviews for her and you don't really see people talking about her, and that's why. She eats runestones, and right now any runestones you have are going to be going to those SSR characters that you did manage to pull. Or, you know, she's definitely not at the very top of the list. But don't get me wrong, when she gets those runestones, it's a huge power boost. You get the highest damaging healer pretty much around, you know. But a lot of people are going to say, well, that's not what my healer's for, you know. So like I said, there's going to be niche situations in this game, especially where you could use a healer that's predominantly a mage and is just doing a bunch of magic, throwing up a dispel. That's your girl right here. So Mobile Gamers Unite, I'll be coming at you with some content soon. Not getting lazy. YouTube, I'm out.